Alright, what is going on, guys? Back in another episode. Do you miss Renoka? This is Blob Green? I can't remember much of it. I'm sure I can help you with that. Yeah, this guy is rage baiting my entire crew. I don't even really know this guy. But, whatever. Alright, I'm about to use this big... Whoa, what the heck? I need to upgrade this as well. I think I'm gonna go upgrade that. Hopefully I can upgrade it. Need that crystal stuff. Alright, let's just chase some recipes and let's see where we're at. Okay, let's do the exhibition wing again. Actually, I feel like I should switch it up. Whatever. Maybe I'll get 2 runs in today. It all just depends. But yeah, what is going on, guys? So... Okay, cool. I didn't know you can do that. Like, combo it. Well held, your special deals 3% damage, target your attack deals, and inflicts ignite. Whoa. Okay, what can it... Alright, well, I'm technically on call today. I'm probably crossing my fingers I don't get called in, but so far it's like 11:40 o'clock. 11:40 p.m., so I feel like I feel like if they were to call me in by now, like they would have done it by now. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay, so I was talking mad shit about the spear, but this is kind of sick. Okay. It's just the broomstick, but better damage, I guess. But yeah, so no bullshit trouble calls have been coming in, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Shotgun relic and adds 2 for each common relic in the backpack. Okay. So I need to use that like last. Like don't even use that till like the very end pretty much. Yeah, my buddies are playing Battlefield, but I'm like, man, I need to get you guys another video. I'm pretty consistent with it. I got another subscriber, so again, thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Like words cannot describe how much I appreciate it. Should be removed when overcharged status relic gains. Just have a better self-destruct. That's really it. I think battery is probably going to be more prevalent. Because yeah, I'm at 52 subscribers right now. That's huge. I don't need to break this stuff. Yeah, it's like absolutely massive. And I cannot thank you guys enough. Like, every single one of you. But, not gonna lie, today, one of my like friends kind of like inflated my ego in like the nicest way possible. So what he did was, okay, I was at jiu-jitsu and he was like, okay, so me and him talk shit about each other, like to each other all the time. Like we will always talk shit about each other when we roll, but I never actually mean it. Like it's always a joke. I hope he knows that I think it, like I'm joking though. Okay, let's pack this guy up. Yeah. Ooh. I'm really hoping he thinks it's a joke. What hit me? Alright, whatever. So he comes up to me, he's like, bro, I don't wanna... Enemies take 10% damage. Any damage you deal increases by 15%. When 3 or more enemies ignite, enemies take 10% damage. Any damage you deal is increased by 15%. This might be better, just because I have my special move. So 15% of that is gonna be crazy. But yeah, so He's like, bro, I need you to teach me how to wrestle. He's like, I'm like, me? Me, you say? And he's like, bro, you have the best wrestling out of like everyone here. Which I don't think I do. I think I have decent wrestling, but I just like wrestling. Like in terms of jiu-jitsu, I'm just in the wrong sport, I guess. Because I just like the wrestling aspect. But so we're just doing like takedowns, and I thought it was really fun. Taser start nearly charged when entering room. After defeating enemy, deal 2% damage for 5 seconds. Enemies take. Ooh. I also wasn't reading it. I'm gonna see if I can reroll, because I don't know what this whole reroll thing is all about. Yeah. Do all that damage. So now the only problem with this is like the special moves. Ah. This guy's charging up his little beam of death into. Ow. I think this is like the end of the fight. It is. But yeah, so we're just practicing wrestling, and I was kind of teaching him like tips on like what to do. There's no reroll, so maybe I have to unlock the reroll. Attacking at enemies with your backpack causes them to explode. Ignite deals 80% from but last way. Okay. With your back. Wait, hold on. So if I just auto once and then backpack, they explode. I think this is better though. It would be cool though to just hit once then like backpack them. I think this is just better. I also didn't look at which way is the recipe. But man, so the coach's son is back in town, right? Because he was training with the Meow brothers for jiu-jitsu. So he puts out like, because we have like a group chat with all of us. He puts out this thing. He's like, all right, who's training tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm like, yo, man, like, I'd love to, but you know, I got a job and everything, full-time job. He's like, man, stop being a bitch. I'm like, bro, it's not being adds its to opponent relic. Ongoing, that's increase the given by shock for and going increase the quality given by shock by 1 for each overcharged relic in the backpack. I mean, I'm just gonna take this because I don't have it. I'm just gonna take it because I don't have it. But okay, the relic's up there. The recipe's up there. So I can hit 2. Okay, so I can go 2 blues into the battle, into... Yeah. I'm trying to make money this run. But he's like, yo, stop being a bitch. I'm like, yo, I'm not being a bitch. I can't afford to just pull up to a jiu-jitsu practice at 10. And I was telling him, I was like, yo, bro, like, no offense or anything, but no one really has the privilege to be... I was like, not everyone has the privilege to just be, you know, doing what you do. Because he pretty much trains full time. And I was telling him, I was like, bro, like, I'm not envious of you by any means. I'm like, in fact, like, it's the opposite. I really want you to do well. But I was like, man, you got to realize that we live 2 different lives. He's like, what do you do? Like, I'm like, I'm an elevator mechanic. He's like, shocks relics in the same row and gains 4 quality for each shock relic each time you remove an overcharged state. I already have that. I don't. The same row. Shocks corner. Okay. I'll just keep that there for now. But he's like, what do you do? I'm like, I'm an elevator mechanic. He's like, see, that's easy compared to jujitsu. I'm like, yo, completely different ball game, man. I'm like, you're comparing apples to oranges here. I'm like, obviously, like, jujitsu is like a harder thing because the sport. Yo, he didn't even show like a. Okay. I don't know how I didn't hit that. I was like, yeah, bro, like, obviously jujitsu is harder, it's a sport. But I'm like, it's not that's not that. It's the fact that you are allowed to do what you do. Removes all overcharge, say, same row. Okay. So this one is for each common relic in the backpack. For each overcharge relic in the backpack. Okay, so this kind of like this wombo combos with this thing. So I was like, yo, Mike, I was like, yo, have you heard about the? Yeah, I was like, yo, it's not even about that. It's about you, like, you're allowed to go to New York to train for whatever, like X amount of days. I'm like, do you think that's like a normal thing? I'm like, oh, that's annoying. Okay. Okay. Don't complain. Hold on. Let me just tell the story after. Alright, bro, like. But yeah, I was like, yo, that's like not like a normal thing. Like, people don't just go out to train in New York for like X amount of days. Like, that's just not a normal thing. Removes the charge and reactivates its curse. So now this doesn't have an overcharge state. Yeah, we're chilling. So, common relic. Reactivates the curse of the opponent relic. Shocked, reactivates curse of the opponent relic. Each time you shock, this relic also gains the quality of that shock. Huh. Reactivates its curse. Shocked reactivates the curse of the opponent relic, and this is removes the overcharged state of the opponent relic and reactivates its curse. Hold the hell on. And reactivates its curse. Shocked reactivates curse. Hold on. Okay, so let's move this here. Let's do removes overcharge state of the opponent relic and reactivates its curse. Okay, wait. Will this work? So if I shock this, reactivate with opponent curse. But this will this go on before this? I don't know. Let's try it. Let's try it. I'm all for science. Okay. Removes the overcharged. I didn't reactivate its curse. Damn. Damn. For each shocked relic. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, it does. Okay. So if I put this here now, and I shock this, so now I... Okay, now I shock this again. Yeah, that's kind of funny. It works. Okay, cool. Upon entering a room, your gun deals and applies 4 ice stacks, taser. 3 shields per entering a room. Sure. Oh, my controller kind of. But yeah, so I was telling him, I was like, bro, like, what you're doing isn't like a normal thing. Like, people don't just get this. You can't just like fly out to New York to train for a couple weeks. People don't have the luxury. I'll make you dangerous in the face of danger. Haha. Spawn 1 attacks. Spear damage 20% and applies mark to enemies. And increase their damage by 40%. That's huge. But yeah, so I was like, yo, have you ever heard of like the story with the guy in the car? And he's like, maybe. He's like, tell me about it. I'm like, cause I'm not comparing myself to you. Because I understand that, like, you know, everyone has different things that they're going through. So I was telling him, I was like, yo, man, like, so there's a story about... I was telling him, I was like, yo, man, there's like, this is a story about... It's a guy in a car. And he looks at this guy in a plane. And he's like, man, I wish I can afford that plane to fly that plane. Right? So he's looking at the guy that's flying the plane. Something's gonna blow up, isn't it? But I was like, yo, okay, so let me tell the whole story so it's not. Because he was saying, like, he's like, elevator stuff is easier. I'm like, nah, like, you're comparing apples to oranges. It's like, that's nothing. I'm like, but you're flying to New York to train with these people, these world champions. I'm like, how many people get that privilege? And then I was like, but I'm not jealous, man. Like, I promise you I'm not jealous. I'm cheering for you actively. I want you to do good. But I was like, and this is just what it is. So, I was like, did you hear about the car story? Yeah, about the guy in the car. And he's like, no, tell it to me. So I said, there's a guy in a car, right? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, alright, sorry. I just want to, like, get this thing cleared before I continue the story. Okay, hit him in there. But yeah, so there's a guy in the car, and he sees a guy in the plane. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let me just interact with this real quick. Destroy all overcharged relics and gain for each destroyed pointed overcharged relic. Doubles the pointed overcharged relic. Okay, hold on. Oh, the overcharged relic, but then... So these two have a combo right now, but I don't think I need to do the combo anymore. Wait, I guess I'll do it. Can I still do it? Shock reactivates the curse of the pointed relic. I don't think I can. Doubles. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, so I just need to shock this. Okay, I can. Doubles of pointed over. Okay. So if I do this. Okay. Shock reactivates curse of the pointed relic. Okay, so now why is my mouse going up? So unless I have another reactivation thing, it's cooked. So I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good. So yeah, guy's in the car. He looks at the guy on the plane. He's like, man, I wish I could be in that plane. And now the guy in the car is driving. And the guy in the bike, a guy on the bike is driving beside him. And now he's saying, man, I wish I could afford a car. I'm tired of riding my bike. And now the guy beside it, the guy that's like that the biker passes, says, hey, like, man, I wish I could afford a bike. I hate walking to work. And now there's a guy in the balcony of like an apartment building, and he's watching this guy walk. And he's saying, man, I wish I could walk. So it's like, again, I'm not jealous of the coach's son at all. Like, I want him to do the best. Like, I want the best for him. But I was just explaining to him, like, yo, everyone's life is different. Like, and I was telling him, I'm like, yo, you have a pretty, like, what the hell? I didn't know these guys can heal. I was like, you have a pretty, like, set up life. But I was like, but you're probably seeing someone else. That's like, Gordon Ryan's probably one of the most, like, how did my controller disconnect? Gordon Ryan's probably like the most famous jiu-jitsu practitioner. And lasts longer. Your special deals 20% and inflicts ignite. Does my special do ignite at all? And inflicts ignite. That's kind of huge. So it's like Gordon Ryan's the most famous jiu-jitsu guy. Best one, arguably, in the world. I'm like, that guy's brother probably has it set up. Like, he's a world champion that's teaching him every day. Like, you're probably envious of that guy. He's like, yeah, like, imagine being like so-and-so. I'm like, exactly, man. I'm like, if you just keep comparing, then if you keep going down the ladder, then eventually you realize, like, okay, I'm not as privileged as this guy, but I'm more as privileged as that guy. I was like, wow, bro. Come back here. I'm just gonna freaking... Yeah. I was like, look at... We have one guy in the gym that wants to be a world champion. Okay. Ongoing, this relic does not yet. Shock the opponent relic and copies its curse. Oh my god. Shock deactivates curse of the opponent relic. Shocks the opponent relic. Holy shit. Might be cooking here. Removes the overcharged state opponent relic and reactivates its curse. Doubles. Okay, doubles the point. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. It copies its curse. So I move this here. Do that there. Reactivates shocked. Reactivates curse appointed relic. Oh my god, we're back in business. Reactivates the curse of the appointed relic. Hold on, do I have like an infinite loop here? Reactivates curse of the appointed relic. Reactivates curse appointed relic. Removes the overcharge, so if I... Okay, no. So these are two shocked. Okay, so... Removes the overcharge state of the appointed relic. Reactivates its curse. So this works because it's like side by side. So if I shock this, it reactivates this. It doesn't do anything. Okay. Goes over, should I stay on the same row? Okay, let's do this. Like, no, I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it. But yeah, man, like, it's one of those ones where it's like, I think the saying is like, thief is the, or comparison is the thief of joy. I 100% stand by that, man, because it's literally what it comes down to. It's, you're never really happy until you stop comparing yourself to others. Cause it's like, man, that guy's making $1 million. What am I doing? Oh, that guy's making $50. What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're a kid growing up, okay, at least in Canada, minimum wage is 14 an hour. But as a kid, if you're making 14 an hour, you're like, damn, I'm living life. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you're making that minimum wage money, you're like, I'm chilling. Oh my god. So now you're like looking at your friends, you're like, damn, this guy's making 14 an hour? That's crazy. And then you start making 18 an hour, and you're like, you're looking down on the people making 14 an hour, and you're like, man. Shocks, reactivates, curse of the appointed relic. Okay, add 4 to overcharge relics in the same row. To all overcharge relics. Add 2 to all overcharge relics. It's gonna ass. They both kind of suck. I think I hang on to one of these, man. I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm eventually gonna need one. But I will remove the curse on here. Yeah, I'm gonna hang on to it. Because you never know, you might need it. Alright, let's do a flame. Big flame. I feel like I would have... Let me pop a potion, man. I probably don't need to do a potion, but I want to. Blast. Oh, my controller. Get him off. Nice. Big damage. I'm doing crazy numbers right now. But yeah, so like everything just comes like kind of Thief is a comparison of joy. Like, oh my god, I almost jumped off. While 3 or more enemies are ignited, deal 25% damage. Ignite enemies deal. Ignite deals 20% damage and lasts longer. I'll do this. Like, biggest thing is like, even with like relationships, right? Like, you gotta think, everyone's guilty of it. At least I think so. When you were a kid, you know, you got the girl you wanted. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, okay, this girl's not as hot as this girl anymore. Even though that was your dream girl at the time, trying to get her, you're like, you're trying your hardest. And then you finally get her and you're like, alright, like, can I do better? Like, you know what I mean? And maybe you've never thought that. And like, if you did, then like, kudos to you. You know, you're actually like a great person. But for the most part, I think almost every guy has thought about that. You know, like, they get the girlfriend, they're like, but can I do better? Can I do better? And it's like, bro, you found a good girl right there. That's the girl that you wanted. What are you doing? Like, copies his curse. Removes overcharged state of planet relic. What was this? Shima battery self-destructs. What was the one? That's 2? What was it, this one? Doubles of the overcharged relic. Shocks the planet relic and copies its curse. Okay, wait, hold on. This might be an infinite loop. So, doubles the pointed overcharged relic. As this thing's pointed up. Okay. Okay, so shock reactivates. So if I do... Hold on. So if I do this... Okay. Damn, I messed up some. Damn. I had to shock this guy. Okay, so now I screwed it. It's over. Okay. Do that, I guess. Do this, I guess. Damn, I screwed it. It's whatever. I was trying to get this infinite loop system, man. I guess it just didn't work. Okay. I'm ready for the boss, though. This boss is about to get cooked. Yeah. So that's just like today's story of the day. Hope you guys found it entertaining, or you like could take something from it. Oh. Nice. Okay, so when the thing stops moving is when... Oh. Can I still charge it up? No, I can't. Get out of there now. Couple of jabs. Get it off there. Fuck. Okay, bro, like, what the heck? Okay, boom. Okay. I don't know what he's gonna do. Okay, that's my problem. Big damage, though. Gotta do some bullshit. Okay, I guess not. Get it off. Ow. Oh, I have shields. I don't know what I'm stressing. Okay, you're not gonna do no moves? Got it. I don't know how I was struggling so much with... Spoke too soon. I missed. Yo, this shield is kind of OP. Yeah. Easy boss, easy boss. Alright, let's see what I can do here. Give me some like reactivation stuff. Shock clones, relic doubles. Okay, those are both not the greatest for what I need to do. But it's all good. Please. Shocks the point of relic and copies its curse. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, reactivates curse of the opponent relic. Doubles, okay. So if I shock... Oh, that's on the opposite side though, man. Reactivates the curse of the opponent relic. Okay, hold on. Do I have anything to shock? Or shocks the relics to the same row. Shock, that's ongoing. To all overcharged relics in the same row. I completely just messed that up, I think. Reactivates the curse. Okay, so... Okay, this one reactivates. Damn. Reactivates the curse of the opponent relic. Doubles. It was this one, right? Okay, so shocked, reactivates curse, that reactivates that. So might as well put this here. I guess this here. My apologies, I feel like I'm trying to cook something up here. So I have one more shock to go, so I do this. Corner. Okay, so it's corner. Okay, so if I shock this, reactivates shocked, reactivates curse upon a relic, removes overcharged state, and reactivates its curse. So this gets back to shock. So if I do pointed relic, I think I'm doing something that doesn't need to be done. State of the okay. I'm trying to get like an infinite loop system going, but I don't know if I can. So reactivates, so I can turn this on. Reactivates the curse of the pointed relic. So I can reactivate this, or just reactivates this. That shuts this off. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that. Okay, so what I need to do is. What was the one that doubles? Okay. So I can essentially do this. Wait, what the hell? Oh, wrong one. Shock him off. Reactivates curse of the opponent relic. Doubles. Okay, wait. So if I turn this thing off. Do I have any more shocks though? No, no more shocks. Oh, okay. I guess that's the run then. This is a 14, so I get this out. Oh, there's just, so it's a 10. It's a 14 as well. So I get the 12 out of here. I think we're chilling. Quantum core. Let's go. New material. Alright. So, well, I guess that was a good run. I feel like I talked about a little bit. I'm gonna go sell this stuff and then I'll head off to bed. But, you know, all in all, great. Oh, I also need to fold my laundry. And I kept telling myself I was gonna fold my laundry and it just kept moving back to my chair and then back to my bed, then back to my chair. But I think I do it, man. This girl's gonna rage bait. Will you continue reading me that tale? Of course, I'm glad you were so interested. There's not much to do here. Those tales are quite entertaining. Ah. Okay, nice guy. Nice guy. Part of me is expecting like some guy's gonna be raiding my shop or something. I don't know why I think that, but I do. I sell for 20 bucks. I'll sell for 20. 40, I guess. 40. Okay. 20. Okay. Bring this bell up. Then, I guess my greens I don't really care for too much. What are they happy with? They're happy with the Hondo. So if I sell these greens for 100, Now I'm free to tax them as soon as they start taking the bait. I'll throw my little lure inside and be like, okay, here's some cheap stuff, you know. I'm like value village up in here. Like what you see? That's what I'm saying, like... Sorry for yawning. Like moss to a flame. Like moss to a flame? They're just in. They're just in. Yeah, give me that. Interact. Legendary relics. But epic relics. Whoa. Sell for... These are sold by 40%, but epic... What do I have in here? Nah, I think I'll relics. Yeah, yeah. What are you saying, sir? Okay, 2 more stuff that you guys need to love. Okay, and that for each relics, so goal for each epic relic. What the hell? Gold for each epic relic sold. I don't get it. For each epic relic sold. Oh, wait, that's huge. And I need to sell these epic relics. What's the next perk? I'll do that, and I'll do this. 500. Alright, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? So there's no more of maxing out the stuff. I guess I can keep them happy. It doesn't really... I don't think it matters too much, because I don't think you get more perks, and now you don't. So buy that. So now... I'll do that, yeah, yeah. I'm about to sell her 17. Because you have to buy it regardless. Then... This one has to sell for a bunch of smackaroons. 2800, bro. What do you think I am? What do you think I am? What do you think you are? I am. 2800. Yo, this shit's selling for so much. So clearly the quality is a thing. Alright, one more thing in store. 2800 again. I do 2900. Let's see if I can push my boundaries. For 10. Ooh. Come on, you want it. You want it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bro, so many smackaroons in a day. Alright, guys. Well, I shall catch you on the next episode. I feel like it was pretty eventful. I think I did... Ooh, what the hell? What's going on here? I don't want to do that. Please go and ask Eris. Listen, old man, if you want to grow hair, brew, ask her yourself. Shh. Got any grow hair, brew? Alright, guys. Well, that's enough for today's episode. New quest available. What the heck? Completed. That's like the only quest, right? I got bamboozled. Oh. That's not it. Alright, guys. We'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.